Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, is from the Lord's Prayer that Jesus taught his disciples. My cousin always reminds me to pray this way. I do get impatient for God's reign and his will to be carried out on earth as it is in heaven, because for now we live in a fallen world ruled by Satan and his minions. As a word of encouragement, eventually all of Satan's plans will be in vain for those who love Jesus, because Jesus said on the cross, "It is finished." So it's already finished. That is to say that the ending has been determined. So I know I cover a lot of dark topics on this channel, but I do believe that it is finished, and I believe Satan's reign is coming to an end here. We do see events of Revelation coming into view with the technology and transhumanism, which Satan has been planning for a long time. I'm going to link a video from the Nations Conspire channel about what is going on with Neuralink, because it's a good video. One of my commenters said to listen to the opening track of the British band The Moody Blues album, Days of Future Past, which was released in the 1960s. And the track On the Threshold of a Dream is about the fusion of man and machine. That album was composed and performed and produced along with the London Symphony Orchestra. Justin Hayward of that band is Order of the British Empire, so he's one of their knights. I believe the British Empire is the last beast empire. They sit at the top of the Neo-Babylonian system. These are the Commonwealth nations. The British monarch is officially listed as the leader of all of these nations. I'm not going to go through all the examples in this video that correlate the British Empire to Babylon, but I have in many other videos. But the current royals have the exact same animals on their heraldry that are on the Ishtar Gate from Babylon, and I'm showing that here. The roaring lion with its tongue sticking out, the dragon, and the unicorn, or one-horned bull, are all represented on the British heraldry. And these are the exact same animals found on the Ishtar Gate in Babylon. I've been talking about the symbolism of the roaring lion and the unicorn a lot over the past couple of videos and how they correlate to Revelation. The unicorn is Antichrist symbolism. It represents the single horn that rises in the 10 horns in Daniel 7 and is associated to a rising empire. The unicorn is a counterfeit representation of a single-horned bull. The single-horned bull in ancient Mesopotamia was common on the Babylonian reliefs and is found on the Ishtar Gate in Babylon. In Greek mythology, gods were driven by white horses, but in older depictions they gave a single horn. A unicorn is just another representation of their bull cult. So when we see the bull as an idol in the bull cult, that is the ox or bull face of the fallen angel, cherubim. Think horns, but a single horn. In the King James Version, unicorn is translated from REM in Hebrew, but it actually means ox or bull. King James of Scotland and England was a Stuart. Stuarts are the house of unicorn. The Stuart dynasty united all the Rex Deuce royal bloodlines, so you could say they are the house of the bull. The roaring lion on British heraldry is a Palatine lion. I think that lion originated in Babylon because we see it here on the Ishtar Gate, and it probably originated even before that in the first beast empire of Egypt, because you also have the Sphinx there. But that roaring lion has made its way on down through the beast empires. The Palatine lion as a heraldic symbol of the Holy Roman Empire. The formation of the Holy Roman Empire was initiated by Charlemagne's coronation as Emperor of the Romans in 800 AD, and then consolidated by Otto I when he was crowned Emperor in 962 AD by Pope John XII. One of the first houses that included the roaring lion on their heraldry was the House of Welf. The House of Welf was a European dynasty that has included many German and British monarchs from the 11th to 20th century. but they were originally Frankish or Merovingian, like Charlemagne. The main design is described as a rampant lion. Rampant meaning it's standing up on its hind legs, rearing. It's crowned like a king, but it's a beast. It's langed, meaning its tongue is sticking out, which specifically in heraldry indicates a roar. And who prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour? So the Palatinate lion is named for the Palatinate region, which is in Germany near France. It was then the symbol of the ruling families who elected the Holy Roman Emperor. Most were archbishops, who were also referred to as ecclesiastical princes. This arrangement was enacted by Emperor Charles IV with the Golden Bull of 1346. And this is the point that this lion was given the crown on the heraldry. This thing also looks like a lion, leopard, bear. Revelation 13:2 describes the beast that comes out of the sea, and the sea represents people in the Bible. It reads, "The beast I saw resembled a leopard, but it had feet like those of a bear and a mouth like that of a lion." Roaring. Beasts are synonymous with kings in the Bible. The dragon gave the beast his power and his throne and great authority. And who is the dragon? Revelation 12:9. The great dragon was hurled down, that ancient serpent called the devil or Satan, who leads the world astray. We also see the roaring lion, leopard, bear on the British heraldry. We see the dragon and the unicorn or the bull on their heraldry. And speaking of dragons, that ancient serpent who leads the whole world astray, there's a new version of How to Train Your Dragon coming out in 2025. This one and the animated one, released in 2010, are adapted from a book series. Just like The Lord of the Rings and The Witcher and Harry Potter and the other films that I cover on this channel that follow the same pattern. The books are written by pagans, many times knighted, especially if they are from the British Empire. The Dragon book series is a children's book series written by British author Cressida Caldwell, who is Most Excellent Order of the British Empire and Fellowship of the Royal Society. She was educated at Oxford. She is best known for her book series How to Train Your Dragon, which subsequently became the media franchise. As of 2015, the series has sold more than 7 million copies around the world. She also wrote a series of children's books about wizards. She was born in London as the daughter of Michael Hare, 2nd Viscount Blakenham. Her uncle by marriage is U.S. Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer. As a child, she said she spent summers on an uninhabited island off the west coast of Scotland in a small stone house lit by candlelight. So these islands have a lot of ancient history and ruins and burial mounds. So you see stuff like this coming out of the British Empire all the time. I cover it on my channel all the time. The British Empire has affected all culture, economics, politics, and military. So the U.S. is not a Commonwealth nation yet, but we are definitely under the control of the British Empire and always have been. I've given many examples on this channel. I put some examples in this playlist titled Witches Who Govern and Settled the U.S. So I've talked about the planter class. The planter class is an actual defined class of people sent from the UK to colonize and govern the U.S. They were bloodline witches and wealthy merchant slave owners. These families were politically, economically, culturally, and militarily influential from the beginning of the settlement of the U.S. and all the way up to the present day by design. The entire world speaks English, just like the entire population had one language in Babylon. English's rise as the world language began with the expansion of the British Empire in the 17th and 18th centuries. English as a world language was solidified by the rise of the U.S. as a superpower and its cultural and economic influence by the 20th century. Today, English is widely used as an international communication, science, technology, business, and diplomacy, making it the most widely spoken language in the world. The English language emerged from the Anglo-Saxon, Germanic, tribal kings from that Palatinate region of Germany and France with the roaring lion, and the Holy Roman Emperors, the Franks, the Merovingians. And then the language evolved through Old English, Middle English, and eventually Modern English with significant influences from Old Norse and the Vikings. And those Vikings are the ones writing The Dragon and How to Train Your Dragon. So there's a progression and influence of the royals through the beast empires to the English, or on the English language that is spoken throughout the world now, just like Babylon. And it would be difficult to have a one world government, religion, and economic system without a common language. And with technology, we are approaching that very quickly, but it has not already happened. We have not had a one world government yet. The mark has not been enforced to buy and sell yet, and Armageddon has not happened yet. So don't let anyone fool you. I know my subscribers know that it hasn't happened yet, but that's for new people on this channel. The idea that all of this has happened and that we're in Satan's little season is a doctrine of demons being pushed to deceive people. Thanks for listening.